again. As you can see, we live in a very treed area in Malady in Queensland, Australia, and because of that we have a lot of tree debris coming down from the trees, and we have a lot of leaves all down underneath the trees all the time, which take a lot of raking up if you want to keep the place tidy. Last year, or a couple of years ago, I put up a video put up a video of how to deter bush turkeys from coming into your garden, because I hated having all these bush turkeys coming through and scratching up all my plants. So I found a few ideas of deterring the bush turkeys, one of which was a big mirror we put up, and another one was putting teddy bears around the garden. Now, the teddy bears was okay, but
they got used to them.
They got used to them, I think. They made friends. Then the teddy bears all slowly rotted where we put them, and so they weren't very attractive anymore. And people say, "What are these rotten teddy bears doing in your?"
They thought they were scaring the evil spirits away or something.
People had all their funny ideas of what we must have put them there for. So we end up throwing them one by one into the bin because they were sort of all coming apart and looking all bedraggled. So anyhow, what we did was this year, the bush turkeys come around just at the start of summer, and they start wanting to make a mound. Now, they make mounds because it's coming into mating season. So the little guys, they want to get lucky with a woman. So they say, "Hey, look, come look what I've done for you." So I've come and made you a beautiful big mound of sticks and leaf matter and mulch, and I've made this beautiful warm bed for you to come and mate and pop your eggs into the mound. So because of that, this poor little guy, bush turkey, he gets to work and he wants to start scratching up all the mulch. Now, we as gardeners don't like that very much, because we end up having a big mess or a big mound that we don't want in the wrong place. But this year, we had two bush turkeys, one at the front of the house, one here at the back, who decided they were going to do a mound. And the mound is in quite of a good place. There it is there. That was about 1 metre high and about 3 metres either way, that mound there. And because he was doing it in an okay kind of a place, we just thought, we'll just let him go and see what happens. So what he did was, all this entire area right along here, right around here, he gets right down to the ground. He gathers it all up, and he just raked the whole lot of that all together into a big mound. And in fact, they're so clever that they got onto the carport,
roof.
the carport roof over the back fence, their carport, and scraped all the lovely mulch off the top of that, put into our garden, then scraped it all along and put it into
it over
a
there.
big pile of mulch, which as gardeners we love mulch, and we got free mulch. So we've cleaned the whole lot. It's all fallen down since, because the little tiny bush turkeys have hatched and run away.
But that mound was so much bigger.
That was a big one. And if you have a look in here, you'll see how yummy it is. It's really, come look at this, Jack. It's really damp. It's really disgusting. That is so damp and blood. Oh, it's gorgeous. So now we've got this. It's got to, just got to leave it here for the rest of the year and just use it as we want it. And we've got another big mound at the front, and we've got two, and they've cleaned up the whole yard. They've put a big mound there, and what they say is that they'll come back into the same place as they were last year. So next year he'll come and do that all over again. Meanwhile, we're going to start putting, I'm going to put some mulchy stuff just so over there behind the trees, and start a mound for him. So he'll drag that over here next summer, and so he'll do another mound of mulch for me, which I don't have to do any raking. I don't have to make any mulch. I don't even do any compost anymore.
Free labour.
He does it all. Free labour. So let them have their way, as long as you like where they put the mound. They'll only really put the mound in a sort of an overgrowth place where there's a bit of rain, but shady, and so they won't put it in the middle of your lawn. They won't put it on top of your veggie garden usually. So you just have to see if you like it or not. But we loved it, so I'm going to let them go from now on. And the bush turkeys, now that they had a few little ones running around, but now 3 weeks later, not one to be seen. So they're not really hanging around here. So it hasn't really encouraged them to live here or anything. So we're quite happy with it. So give it a go. I'm sure you can make friends with your bush turkeys if you have them in the area. And really, they were here before us. So let's try and work with them and we'll all be happy and all benefit from it.
That's our mirror.
Look at the dirty mirror.
Not going in there because it's a bit dirty.
So this is the mirror we put in. This is out the front now. This is the mirror we put out. This was hanging around in our garage where we bought the house. So we put it out here, and the male bush turkey would come along and see himself and go, ah! There's another bush turkey. So then they'd start jumping on it. Ah, go away! I'm
Fighting
bigger than
itself.
You. And so it was fighting itself, and then finally they'd go off. Right, so it did deter them to a certain extent. But then we've had lots of birds who get a bit confused and they come and start fighting the birds, fighting themselves.
Catbirds.
And now it's just an ugly, dirty mirror in the middle of the forest, which really we should remove, which we will do later. This is the front one. This is the front forest area here.
Should
And
show
you
them the
see
other mound over there
this-
too.
Yeah, we'll go to the mound. This here was all full of rubbish, junk. And the bush turkey actually just keeps on getting it. So it's right down to the ground. Looks fantastic. And he actually got it from that bit over there too, Jackie. Over there. He brought it over from that one. He brings it across the lawn. He brings it across the lawn over
Across here.
and then takes it over to the mound, which is over here. This is a beautiful mound. I really like this mound, and we've been adding to it a bit still. So he's done a fantastic job of bringing this lovely big mound of mulch. So at the front of the house, I can just come and get some buckets and put them onto my garden whenever I want to. And I'm such a happy camper this year compared with last year trying to keep them away. And now we just all just work together. It's awesome.